Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave. Cultivating leadership qualities. Yesterday we have seen about the inner strength. A leader has to deal with many people around him. Through one example, we'll try to understand. First, let us take a picture of ocean or the whole picture of waves, ocean, and the water. Now, in this, what are the relationship possible? First relationship will be wave versus wave. Correct? The second relationship will be wave versus the ocean. The third relationship will be ocean versus the wave. Fourth relationship will be water versus the tree. Isn't it? Can there be a relationship only with one? See, you must have studied in your statistics. The correlation coefficient can be established only if there are two series of variables, x and y. Suppose x is equal to y, what will be the correlation coefficient? 1. If x is not equal to y, suppose you have got one series, x1, x2, x3, xn, y1, y2, y3, yn, and you try to establish the correlation coefficient, it may vary from 0 to 1 plus minus. Is it? But when you take second example, where x is equal to y, the correlation coefficient will not vary because for any correlation you require 2. So, a leader has to deal with many people. So, the first thing is, what is the relation that the leader has to face or experience in life? So, the first relationship is, the leader has to compete with other people of his category, of his status, in the overall picture of the business or the multinational. Suppose you are a CEO of one company, then you are not only responsible for that, but you are also related with all other CEOs in your field, and then you have to compete with them. So the first relationship will be relation between the likes. You are also CEO, other people are also CEO. Like when big conferences happen, in those big conferences, all the people of the same category come together. Like management conference, all the CEOs come. So first relationship is relations between or among the likes, same time. Now the second relationship will be this person, the leader, has to relate with his subordinates. He has to deal with his subordinates. How his subordinates are, whether they are cooperating or not, whether they are working hard or not. If they are not working hard, can we take some action? If they are working hard, can we give them some rewards? Second relationship. Now the third relationship is the relationship of the wave with the ocean. This leader also is answerable to somebody. So he also has to answer to somebody. So he has a boss also. So relations with the similar types, relations with the superiors, relations with the inferiors. See? Now this is on your business friend or industrial friend. And we also have relations with the people at home. Relations with the wife, the children, the husband, the parents, the in-laws, and the social structure. See, so many relations. Now, if we are not able to maintain proper relationship with all these ramifications of our relations with the world, what will be the result? The result will be, we will be always either isolated from the totality, or we will not be wanted by anyone. So the first principle of relationship in our leadership profile is we must be able to maintain our relations with everyone around us in a perfect manner. If our relations with our subordinates are not good, then they will never cooperate. And we have to accept it. That we alone cannot do anything. All that is being done is by the subordinates who are working for the company. So what should be our approach when we are talking about relations with the subordinates? This is one point we discussed. Then we will take the second point. When we are talking with our subordinates or dealing with our subordinates, what is required is, are we able to recognize their potentiality and invoke that potentiality, or we simply condemn that you are good for nothing? One example I will give you. You must have heard the name of Lidi Birla. You know what he used to do? He used to go to all the top institutions like IITs, and he will go and just observe the young students in their first year, second year. And then he will select the best among them. And after they graduate, come out, then those students were given a full freedom to work on a particular project. And there is no meddling in between. Total freedom. This is the whole thing you do the way you want to develop. And in most of the cases, it was grand success. So what is the quality of relations we should have with our subordinates? We must be able to assess their potentiality rather than condemning them for what they don't have. Normally, this is the reason. What people don't have, we point out. Oh, you are good for nothing. No, nothing like that. Everybody has got some quality. It is our inability to find out what is the dormant potentiality in that particular person. So, as a leader in our relationship with the subordinates, we must have this ability to discover the hidden potentiality in that person and invoke that. And that invocation is possible when you have confidence on your evaluation and selection of a person. If we don't have confidence of what we are doing, we will always doubt. One example I will give you. Yesterday that Seema came, I never knew her who is she. Once I came here in our AMA, and from the crowd I saw her, so I called her. I said, hey, come here. And I didn't know who is this girl. Then I asked her, can you do something? Yes, Swami, you tell me, what can I do for you? I said, you do the editing of this AMA newsletter. She said, I have never done. I said, you don't worry. I will do through you. Are you ready? Yes. And then she started. And she did such a good job. If you are able to find out the dormant potentiality in a person. And after you find out, give freedom. Then that subordinate will become responsible and work with more creativity. This is first relationship for which we as the leader are totally responsible. We should never contain somebody. That is good for us. Therefore, first relationship should have this characteristics. The second relationship. Second relationship is with our contemporaries, people of our same kind. When we are having a relationship with the people of the same kind, what is required is, first we must not have jealousy. People have normally jealousy. Jealousy destroys our potential. On the contrary, we should be happy with the progress of our friends and we should learn from them so that we can also grow successfully. And when can we learn? When we have respect for learning. If we do not have the respect for learning, we cannot grow and learn from our own experience. One of the most important quality of a leader is the leader must keep himself or herself updated according to the requirement of the time, not the outdated times. Recently, in Indore, there was one big function organized by Indore Management Association, and they have honored the Industrialist of the Year 2012 in February at Leader. And the person who was honored for that was Kumara Mangalam Birla. He is the son of Ali Birla. There was a traditional Marwari industry. But this young boy, when his father died in the air accident, he was hardly 27, 28. And the whole empire of industry fell on his head. But he did not succumb to that. And then he started working with all commitment and new approach to compete with the world. And within a 5 or 10 years period, he has spread over and ramifications in diversities in more than 37 countries. And now the total turnout, more than 40 to 50% turnout is from the foreign exchange. Remaining is in India. And he was able to do it because he was maintaining his good rapport with various people in various fields. People will be ready to remain in relation with us if they have confidence. Here is a person who you can trust. Therefore, the second relationship with the people of our kind, we must develop trust. So what was the first one? We must be able to understand the hidden potentiality of the subordinates. Second, with the people of our kind, there must be mutual trust. If the mutual trust has not been developed, our relationship has gone wrong. There has to be a mutual trust. Then the third relationship that we have is the relationship that we have to have with our superiors, with our boss. There is nobody in this world who doesn't have a boss. Somewhere or the other, we are answerable to somebody. Boss doesn't mean only a person, but the authority to whom we are answerable. So, what should be our relationship with the boss? Relationship with the boss should be that the boss must respect us because of our quality. If we do not command respect from our superiors, then we don't deserve respect. Those people who are demanding respect, they do not command respect. We have to command respect in our lives. And that can happen if we have proved ourselves to be competent enough according to the requirement of our superiors or our boss. In this manner, these three relationships are most important for every leader to deal with. Now, next. All these three relationships are possible only if we are, like yesterday we have seen, like we have invoked the inner strength. These topics, they are not separate from each other. They are all together. So what is the inner strength and the relationship now? Let us try to put it together. What was inner strength yesterday we discovered? Can you tell me? Say. Very good. Very good. So when the mind is equanimous and when we are at peace with ourselves, then only our relationship with the world will be proper. Okay? So they are not separate entities. Because we are relating ourselves with the world only through the mind, not by anything else. And if the mind is at peace and equanimous, then we will be alert to know how we are relating with each other. And when these relationships are being developed, now the next step comes. Are we becoming slaves to the relationship, or this relationship is a gateway to freedom? When we relate ourselves with somebody higher than us, many times we become one-side, weaklings. It is something like, one day one mother told me, Swami, my son doesn't even ask me, he does things of his own. I feel so bad about it. I said, what is the age of your son? Is he 2 years old or 2.5 years old? No, Swami, he is 40 years old. So I asked, when you go in the market, that time your 40 years son, if he holds your finger and walks along with you and says, Mummy, I want a chocolate, please. Will you like it? See? We should have that freedom to understand. Up to a particular level, yes. After that, you don't hold on to the things. If this is not understood, our relationship ends up in attachment. And when attachments happen, the burden begins. Therefore, let our relationship be asset and not a liability. Now the next and important thing. When we are relating with the people around us, we must be alert to see that we do not mix up our relationship issues by dealing with the people around us. It is something like this. Take an example. One person was, having a very rough time with his wife at home. And in that angry mood, he came to the office. So when he came to office, who is he? Officer or a husband? He is an officer, isn't he? Husband is at home. When you are with your wife, then you are husband. You are not a Rashtrapati, husband of every woman. So he came to the office and yet he could not leave the husband at home. He carried the husband with him. And his subordinate, his secretary, he, as usual, very good rapport with the two. He just wrote the slip, a half day casually. Sir, I have to take my wife for medical checkup. Therefore, I will come after the lunch break. Thank you in anticipation. It's a routine thing, not a big deal. The question of only 2-3 hours. The moment this person read that letter, I had to take my wife for medical checkup. The husband in him started reacting. He called him, no, you cannot go. He said, sir, my wife, nothing happens to wife. Don't tell me wife. So what was happening? His relationship with his wife at home was creating a wrong interaction as an officer. This happens because we are not alert. Therefore, let our relationship with A do not spoil our relationship with B. Our relationships must be independently tackled. They should not be mixed up. Otherwise, we will be totally lost in the relationship. Now, after this is over, then we also, as the leaders, have to present ourselves to our subordinates as a role model. And the role model can come if something extraordinary in us is becoming evident in life. And what are those extraordinary things? Number one, everyone is looking up to the leader. And if the leader doesn't have the qualities which can motivate the subordinates, then the relationship between the leader and the subordinates cannot be a healthy relationship. Therefore, the leader must have inherent inspired existence. The leader must be inspired. He's not somehow dragging through and okay, we will try to do this. If the leader is like that, the subordinates can never be motivated. So this is one of the most important quality of a leader. He must remain inspired all the time. And how the inspiration begins? How the inspiration is manifested in the life of a leader. Number one, punctuality. One must be punctual and honor time. Don't bother about the work. You should be responsible and punctual. Now, why is punctuality so important? Maybe at the day I'll tell you something deeper about this relationship. All of us have got two potentialities or abilities. One potentiality is the potentiality of knowledge, and second is the potentiality of action, dynamism. So knowledge and action. Now these two are the expression of the one that we are. I, the knowledge, I, the action. Isn't it? Through our senses, we gather knowledge. And through our organs of action, we execute that knowledge. Suppose you read somewhere that the electric line is faulty, do not touch. Knowledge. What should be the action? You don't touch. But even if you read it, you go and touch, then you will be suffering. So what is the first principle? We must learn to respect our knowledge in our life. One of the most important. So, who doesn't know that we should start our day in an inspired mode in the morning? Everybody. There was a mother and she was telling her son, Beta, come on, get up, we have to go to school. No, mom, no. Again, after 10 minutes, the mother comes and says, come on, Beta, get up, we have to go to school. I don't want to go to school, all useless fellows, Teachers are on strike and laborers are on strike, students are on strike. I don't want to go to school. Again the mother comes, come on, you go to school, it's already 8:30, 9 o'clock is your school. Now the son gets angry. Why should I go to school? So the mother says, because you are the principal of the school, you have to go. Now tell me, if the principal of the school is of this quality, will he ever motivate the subordinates? Therefore, learn to respect your knowledge in your life. Respect your own knowledge. The first important thing is that we must honor our own knowledge in life. Now, what is our knowledge? All of us have the same knowledge. Punctuality. We must honor time. See? What others do, that is not our concern. We should be at a given time, at a given place, must reach there. Don't bother about the work. And when you start living with this understanding that the relationship between the knowledge and action, it is respected, then what happens? Then we start discovering inner strength called as self-confidence. What is the self-confidence? Can somebody define? Right? Yes. Good. Self-confidence is the integrity of your personality. A person who is integrated within what he thinks, it happens. On self-confidence. It is not overconfidence. And how this self-confidence can come? Only by this simple technique. Knowledge must be respected in action. So let us find out what is the knowledge. Early to bed and early to rise. You are studying it? What is further? Early to bed is the way to be healthy and wise. We all know. But do we go to bed early? Do we begin our day early? So what we are doing? We are not respecting our own knowledge. And when you start doing it once, twice, thrice, then no, sabhi karte hai. Then we start justifying how the wrong is right. Number one. Number two. Don't we know that we should not lose our cool? Should we become angry on every issue? But don't we become? So here also, we do not respect our knowledge. Therefore, self-confidence can be developed only if we are able to respect our knowledge and integrate our personality. Integrated personality is that where knowledge is manifested in action. When knowledge is manifested in action, such people think and the things happen. Because now their personality is totally integrated. Now with this, in your world of activity that we have done. Now the second thing is, we also have relations in our personal life. We are not all the time in the corporate world. We are not leaders only in the office. But we also have certain roles to perform at our personal level. As a father, as a mother, as a sister, as a brother, as a friend, so many roles we have to perform. There also the relationship are involved. Now, first, you being the students of this particular age, first our relationship with our peer pressure. You are, friends all around you. We have to maintain our relationship with the friends around. At the same time, we must have the wisdom up to what level we can get into and not beyond. And for that, self-confidence is required. Atmavishwas. The moment we diagnose this is the wrong way, have the courage to say no to the friends. Many times we get carried away by this weakness. No, I never wanted to drink, but everybody was making fun of me, and therefore, are you a bonsai? Have courage to deny the wrong things in life. Then only relationship can be maintained in a healthy manner. Most of the students who start smoking, see how it starts. Is anybody born with a cigarette in the mouth and a lighter in the hand? Then how we develop the smoking habit? Only because of the friends and the pressure. So, the friends, they tell us, when the ragging goes in the college, come on, smoke, and you don't know how to smoke. So they make fun of you. And then you take it as a challenge. What do you think? I can't smoke. And then I start my spiritual practice of smoking. First cigarette, I smoke with zero experience. Second cigarette, I smoke with one cigarette experience. The third cigarette, I smoke with two cigarette smoking experiences. The nth cigarette, I will smoke with n minus 1 cigarette smoking experiences. And when n approaches infinity, n is equal to n minus 1. And thereafter, we don't smoke the cigarette. The cigarette starts smoking us. And then we cannot live without it. Friends, all the addictions, cigarettes, drinks, then your chocolates, then chewing gums, these are all the signs of seeds of depression. Those who are carrying the seeds of depression, they get into these habits. Because they don't have self-confidence. And therefore, they want to hold on to something. When you sleep at home, today, when you go, find out how you sleep. Can you sleep without putting your legs on each other or without holding to a pillow, etc.? Like a dead body, put your legs apart, hands like this and try to sleep. You cannot. You want something to hold on to. Because fear, no confidence. The same thing happens when we get into these addictions. And addictions are because of a relationship with our friends. Therefore, friends, be strong enough to deny the wrong interactions under the disguise of friendship. We must have the ability to say no. Those who cannot say no in life, they are crushed. Have the strength to say no. Then the second relationship that we have is with our elders, our parents particularly. Here also we require one ability, and that ability to listen no from the parents. I don't know how many siblings you are, but normally it happens. When there is only one child and there is no dearth of money, so every desire of the child is fulfilled. I want this thing, okay, you get. I want that thing, okay, you get it. Slowly, the child has never heard no words in his life. And when we grow, and the first time we have to hear no from the world, we get totally crushed. Therefore, in our relationship with the elders, the moment we have to listen to know, understand it is for our growth. There are no other reason. Thus, the relationship with the elders should have this understanding that what we are doing is for our good and not only to others. At that age we don't understand. So, this relationship should have that fragrance of respect and reverence for the elders. If we do not have respect and reverence for the elders, our relationship will end up in bitterness. For example, I'll give you. One boy, he was driving me. It happened somewhere many years before. And his mother was, doing a lot of, other work and all that. When he was driving me, I asked him, I said, hey, how lucky you are, man, to have a mom like this. Immediately stop the car. He said, don't tell Dad, I hate my mom. Why do you hate your mother? No, she is no good. What is wrong with her? She always scolds me. She doesn't allow me to do the things. She wants me to do exactly what she wants. Is she our enemy? But we feel if things are denied to us, then it is wrong. No. Learn to listen no in life. Those who cannot listen no in life, they are destroyed in no time. Then comes our relationship with our, now you are not married, but you will be in some time. Then you have to learn to keep the relationship with your partners. If the relationship among the married couples is not healthy, then such a person can never be successful in the overall life. Therefore, these two things we have learned. One is our relationship in the working place, and second is our relationship in our social life. Now, when these two relations are properly maintained, then we will discover a perfect balance in our life. You must have come across, there are people who are extremely successful in their business, but on the home front, they are a complete failure. The reason is they do not take into account the importance and the quality of relationship at different levels. They are only intoxicated only by the material prosperity. Such people, after few years of their life, towards particularly the evening of their life, they have prosperity, they have comforts, they have luxuries, but they are luxuriously lonely. They are comfortably lonely. Loneliness is a most killing factor in the world today. Before coming here, I was in Australia, and we had some talk. So one question was asked that, Swami, how do you help us coming over this problem of loneliness in our society? They have got all the comforts. Government gives those who are not working, for them the government gives money. Something like $500 per week. They give on weekly basis. So they don't have to work. Money comes just like that. You go to the office, sign $500. And everything is comfortably available. But there is loneliness. Because they never maintain any healthy relationship among them. Therefore, friends, a perfect balance between the official lifestyle and our social lifestyle is equal to fulfillment in life. no frustration. Yes, other day I went to somebody's house for dinner, here only. And that old lady, she was about 85, 90, with normal old age diseases, so she was. And the people in the house said, "Okay, Mama, we'll go to hospital and show you." He said, "No, what will you do? I'm okay. Now the body is old, it is meant for dying. At the most, you will take me to the hospital and make me live for 2-3 years more. But I don't have any reason to live. I have attained fulfillment in life. I have no regrets and I am cheerful. Whatever pain or things are happening to the body, I keep on chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna." There is a problem. We are suffering, but our mind is so beautiful. And what is it? I have achieved what can be achieved by a person in life. I got married, I had children, my children are grown up, they are married, their children are married. What more I want in life? Therefore, don't bother. Let me go through whatever is due to me. That quality of life is what is called as a real perfect balance in the material world and in the personal world. Otherwise, if you go to the Western world, once I went for doing the volunteer's job in USA to find out what exactly the society is quality like that. So when I went there, I was asked, you go to patient number 34 and you have to be there for 45 minutes. Everything is standardized. I went, care was kept there. I went there Saturday. So the old lady said, "Oh, today you are the volunteer." Now I being of Indian origin, my Indian style of questions will start. "Hey Mama, how are you? Who are at home? How are your children?" Everything. The moment I started talking, she said, "You are not here to talk to me, you are here to listen to me." And then she started talking. I have 3 dogs. And these 3 dogs, out of that, this particular dog was so cute. I could not sleep without him. He was always sleeping in my bed. And one day they diagnosed that dog is suffering from cancer. We don't know how much money I spent on him, but finally he has to die. I was so busy. And for 45 minutes she spoke about 3 dogs. No other relationship in the world, only the dogs. Those who cannot love human beings, they somehow satisfy with the dogs. Relationship is a great asset. And how this is an asset? See? I move around the world. Wherever I go, it's only the friends, no relations like mother, father, brothers. Only friends. And in that friendship, if the other person remains inspired and cheerful and happy by our presence, then our life is. Therefore, let our relationship be not a burden or a liability for us, that we cannot live without anybody. No. Keep your freedom intact and yet be related with the world so that we grow and along with us, the people around us also grow. Thus, this relationship issue is most important when we are living in a society. We cannot make it as a secondary one. We must learn the art of maintaining relations. Even if you leave a place and go, don't destroy the bridge after you have crossed the river. After our work is over, don't destroy it, maintain it. But at the same time, do not carry the burden of relationship. When this is understood, then alone this relationship will be an asset. Or else we create relations and we suffer because of the relations. Thus, relationship should be understood in the light of this. Now, to keep ourselves inspired so that our relationship remains inspired, the need is we have to feed ourselves with proper data every now and then. And that is possible when we take up reading the life stories of the great masters. One of the important things in everybody's life should be read the life stories of the great masters. Those who were very successful. And that will motivate us. See, this I learned from a child. I was talking to the small kids, and then I was talking to them the stories of Ruba and Prahlad and all that. So one child said, Swami, you don't tell us those stories, we don't believe in that. How can it be like that? Prahlad's father was so terrible. My dad is very good. And the Dhruva was standing on one leg. I can't stand on two legs properly. I don't think it is possible. Tell me something, what is possible? Then I told them the story of Bhagavan Krishna. So what is great about it? He was a god. See, he lifted that Govardhan Parvat on his one small finger. When my small finger goes away up, I go to bathroom. I can't believe in that. I said, then you tell me something which has really happened now. That day it struck me. See, the great masters, they were born like you and me. They are born through discipline. And they have achieved such great heights as noble human beings. So when you keep on reading these types of books, that keeps you inspired. And whenever your spirit goes down, hold on. In this manner, we must be a fountain of inspiration so that we can motivate people around us. At the same time, we are at peace with ourselves. If these all things put together happen, then it is called as the relationship is an asset and not a liability. But if our relationship makes us dependent on somebody or something, I'll take this example. One day one person asked me, a traditional person, he said, Swamiji, he asked in Hindi, Swamiji, you are Swamiji, I am not supposed to question you, but because I am elder than you, this happened when I was young. Because I am elder than you, I feel like talking to you. He said, Baba, what did you want? He said, you are a Swami, why should you do the camera and the recording and all that? It is okay for others, you should not do it. They should do it for you. And then you wash your own clothes, give it to somebody, there are people, they should do your seva. When you finish your food, you wash your plate, that is not the way, you are a Swami. I said, okay, I didn't argue with you. The first principle of life is never argue with haters. I agreed, okay. Finish. And then there was another friend, he said, Swami, why did you tell him? I said, okay, we should not argue with haters first. Just say yes and give. But I also want to know, why do you do this? I said, look here, if somebody else does it, I am dependent on that person. Dependence is misery. Independence is freedom. It's joy. If our relations make us dependent, then we will suffer. If relations don't make us dependent, then we enjoy a relationship. You must have seen old couples. It's a great fun to watch old couples. Throughout the life, this man has been dictating his wife. During the younger days of their married life, man is strong and woman is weak. As their age grows, the man becomes weak and woman becomes strong. To such an extent that a man cannot decide anything in his life. We have to go for that marriage. Should I put on this shirt or I should put on that shirt? That also he can't decide. Should I put on this pant or should I put on a pajama or should I put on a dhoti? She has to tell. Then should I put on a necktie or should go with a wig? So much dependence. Because this relationship, instead of invoking the inner strength, this person has become very weak. Therefore, when I conduct the camps, I try to tell the people try to come alone. Either husband or wife. If you come together, your samsara will again start in the camp. And then they want to stay in the same room. And then the same husband tells, where is the toothbrush? Where is the toothpaste? And if they are very old, where are the teeth? Where did I keep last night? I have forgotten. You might have swallowed them. Constantly depending on others is a liability created through relations. Our relations should not make us dependent. And with this, we are ultimately at home with everyone under every situation. With the children, we are childlike. With the youngsters, we are high-five. With the elders, we are but in fact, we are none. Discover this freedom to be able to relate with everybody in every situation and yet maintain your freedom of independent existence. They will be, relations will not be a liability, but they will be a great asset, not only for us, but all those who are around us. If this is clear, then try to practice. If we go to a hotel because we heard, oh, that hotel is very good, very good. We go to that hotel and read the menu 10 times. Read 10 times. It is not going to satiate your hunger. You have to order and eat in the same manner. What you are listening to me is like reading the menu. We have to practice that. And for practice, we are solely responsible. There is no proxy in life. We have to live our life. We have to die our death. Nobody will do it for us. Hey, excuse me, I have got a lot of work to do, and the day has come, will you please die on my behalf? In the same manner, nobody can live for us. We have to live our life. Thus, discover this freedom. That although we are relating with the world, yet our independence is not corrupted on account of the burden of the relations. In this manner, a perfect balance can be achieved. It is possible for everyone of us. We must try and work. One of the most problematic relationships that at your age that you go through is the relationship between among the friends. Most problematic. There was one boy in Bangalore. He came and asked me, Swami, I don't know. Whenever I go, the whole group doesn't like me. I am always sorted out. I have no friends. When I am trying to go and talk to people, nobody wants. Why this is happening? All people are not bad. Something must be wrong with us. Then I asked him, I said, how do you approach your friends and all that? No, I go and talk to them and tell them the thing, this thing, that thing. I said, this is the mistake that you are doing. When you want to have friends, first learn to listen, not to talk. If you go on talking about your own glory, I got this thing, I got that thing. Keep busy, who wants to know? Initiate good relationship. Be a good listener. If you are able to listen with a great heart and sincerity, you will be definitely having good relationship with everyone around you. This is possible for all of us. We should try. It's not impossible. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.